Hello everyone, it's Dianne at Minerva. I hope you are all having a super week. And today I'm going to be sharing with you a selection of our beautiful border prints here at Minerva. So we have a wonderful selection to choose from. I'm going to go through those, what they're called, what they look like, and also give you a few ideas. So we have a selection of patterns that we've picked out, and I'm going to go through those after I've gone through the fabric, so do stick around for that because it will give you a clear idea of what you can pair these beautiful fabrics with, things that you can make, and what sort of patterns it's best to use to get the most out of these beautiful border prints. Remember, as always, you can get 10% off all our Minerva products by joining the Minerva Craft Club, and you can create a free account with us to gain further inspiration. So let's jump straight in and show you those border prints now. So this first one is called Lagoon Luxury. Now it's a viscose chalet fabric, and as you can see we have an underwater scene down towards the bottom of the border with all these beautiful colours. We have fish, underwater plants, birds. I'm going to move it down so you can see more clearly as we come up to the top of the fabric. So there's birds, taller flowers, we're moving through sky, so it's much paler as you can see at the top. So perfect for anything with a simple line in the pattern, so we want the least amount of interruption in that gorgeous design. So I think this is particularly beautiful, and I also feel that this particular border print would work well in home decor. I mean, I think this could be used on a wall. It is so stunning and colourful. So that's the first one. It has a lovely soft feel to it as well, so I think it would make not only a stunning outfit but be really comfortable to wear. So that's Lagoon Luxury, and that is border print number 1. This next one is called Condor County. So as you can see with this one, this is more of a desert design. So we have the condor, we have the cacti, the desert floor, moving down that design, more plants, lots of colour. More sort of the neutrals and greenery in this one, and then moving through to a pale sky again at the top. And the condor's flying in the sky. So here we have the much paler of the fabric at the top, so that would be closest to your face with the design further down. So whether you're making pants or trousers, or wide leg pants or trousers work really well, or a long dress, this part of the design of course would be closer to the ground. So if you're thinking about what colour scheme works best with your colouring, do bear in mind what is at the top of the print. So it's that pale aqua blue at the top of the sky. Again, a beautiful design, really colourful and really eye-catching. So that's Condor County. Now this third border print is called Botanic Bliss. As you can see, we have a riot of colour going on here. Gorgeous selection. I love these bold colours in this botanical print. So it's black at the very bottom, as you can see. All these gorgeous colours set against that deep backdrop. And then we've got teal, hot pink, orangey red, purple, moving through the design. Again, going through to this pale sky. So this pale sky shade in this one is more of a blue-green, very pale at the top, but it goes through at a gradient from the print further down, as you can see. Really beautiful, beautiful selection of colours. Again, it would make a fabulous dress or tunic, or a jumpsuit with those beautiful bold colours at the bottom towards the ground. Now these next 3 that I'm going to be showing you are in our Ombre selection. Now there are 35 shades to choose from in this ombre selection, and the gradients going through it vary in each one. So if these next 3 that I show you don't appeal, please do have a look, because there are 35 to choose from, so you're bound to find something. So which way up you have it, again, depends on your preference, but I would go with the darker one at the bottom, personally. So this one is Ocean Depths. So as you can see, we have this beautiful purple plum colour at the bottom, and it gradually goes through into more of a blue, and then heading towards the more ocean blue as we come through to the top. So again, really beautiful, and I love the way that the shades just go through that fabric in such a seamless way. Really pretty. So this one is Ocean Depths. I'll show you the other 2 and you can have a think which is your favourite. So this particular one is Berry Crush. So here we have the beautiful sky blue here going through to a violet, and then at the top it's a pink. So a stronger pink at the top. So depending on your colouring, you might prefer to have this one at the top. It's really lovely the way the colours just blend together through the fabric. And this next ombre one is called Passion Fruit Crush. So here we have the purple at the bottom going through to a hot pink, and then this one blends into a lemon at the top. So that might be more your thing if you prefer this paler colourway close to your face with the pink. So the lemon with the pink might suit you more than the deep colour at the bottom. Or if you prefer this next to your face, you might prefer it the other way around. So you do have options with each of these because they're a different shade at each end. So you can play around with which way up you have it. So that's the 3 that I'm showing today, but do take a look at the other 35 shades in case you don't quite catch your colours in these 3 of my selection. Here we have Woodland Wonder. So on this one, the fabric print is mainly the same throughout, but the border aspect is right at the top of the fabric. So we're going through to a deep dark sky here at the top, look. And on this particular one, obviously, that is much smaller. So of course, your pattern placement will depend how much you get out of that particular border. As with all of the fabrics, how you place your pattern pieces on the fabric to make the most impact is important. So I will be sharing the patterns with you and how best to get the most out of that. And I'm going to show you those patterns now. So here are the patterns that I'm going to be sharing with you today, and my first one is this Southport dress by True Bias. So as you can see, it has beautiful simplicity of design. It's a floor length. We have this wonderful front slit, button down at the front, and a drawstring waist. So nice and simple, and the perfect example of a pattern that will show off all of the features of a border print. So ideally you want to be going for the longer length, so this is view B. You can make the shorter version, but depending on how you place your pattern pieces on your border print or your gradient print like these ones here, would depend on what colours show up and what of the actual image would show up on your design, your finished piece. So I would say it's always best to go for the maxi length or something with a wide leg pant to show these off to the best of their ability. So this one works really well. Sizing is 0 to 18 and it's an easy make. So next up is Simplicity 8546. And again, I feel the one that works best for the borders is view B. So as you can see, we've got a long line dress or shirt dress here. We can wear it open, we can wear it over leggings, jeans and a little top. There are other options that you can make. I have made view A before, which cuts across the centre with a belt. The only thing I would suggest with this one is when you belt anything or draw anything in at the waist, you are going to lose some of the design. So you won't be able to see it as clearly. It will still be there colour-wise, so it would work on these ones. But on the other prints that have more of a design of a picture going on, you might not want to cut through it. So maybe stick to the more simple ones, such as View B. You could still go for the shorter length versions and the different sleeve variations, but do bear in mind that you will lose some of the image on the border prints, such as the Condor County, the Lagoon Luxury, and the Botanic Bliss. So we're thinking of things with simple lines, such as the long line view right here. So I think that would work really well with any of the ones that have got the picture design on them. If you want to make the shorter versions, I would go for the Ombre gradient print. So sizing on this one is 6 to 14 and then 16 to 24. Next up we have the Styarch Norman jumpsuit. So as you can see on this one, we've got a wide leg jumpsuit. It's got a really simple design. We've got those little straps at the top. We've got some deep pockets, but these don't interfere with the design of the fabric at all. And we've got that wide leg finish. So this would be perfect for any of our picture border prints, I feel. I have made this jumpsuit before. It works really well. It's got a lovely loose fit. And as you can see on the back, the only bit of detailing on the back there is that small piece of elastic cinching. So that doesn't really interrupt too much. So sizing is 10 to 22 and then 18 to 30. Now my personal choice for this one would be the Lagoon Luxury. I just think this one, with this going on at the bottom of the trouser leg, would work really well. And then at the top, of course, you would have the blue sky closest to your face, and obviously with less going on, so we've just got the spaghetti straps there at the top and the simple front. And all that impact would be down at the bottom of the leg. So I think that would work really well with the Norman jumpsuit. Again, it's a pretty easy make. So we have the simple pockets. The straps are the only bit where you might need a little bit of extra skill just for pulling them through. But altogether, this would work really well with any of these border prints. So next we have the Sew House 7 Sauvie sundress. So this one would work really well with any of the picture prints. I think if you go for the loose view 2, as you can see in the images on this one, the loose one doesn't have the elastic cutting across the front. If you wanted to try the views with the elasticated front centre, you could go for one of the ombre choices right here. Again, the longer line version would work better to get most impact out of the fabric colours and pictures. But of course, all of these are nice, simple options and would work well with showing off this design. Sizing is 00 to 20 and it's a nice, simple make. Next we have the Pattern Fantastique Tier Dress and Cami. So here we have the option of also making a cami. So maybe you want to save this particular option for another fabric and stick with the long line version for our beautiful borders. So this one does have this central seam right here. So that might sway your decision whether you want to cut through your picture or whether you want to go for one of the ombre selection right here. So that is the only thing interrupting the pattern. The pockets are nice and deep, but it's just stitching here on the front. So that wouldn't really interrupt your picture, pattern or colour in any way. You could maybe even go for some contrasting top stitching if you wanted, picking out one of the other colours in the gradient to show it off. So if your pockets lay on the pink part, you could maybe go for the deeper purple in your top stitching and have some fun that way. We also have the shoulder straps on this particular design, and it has a lovely deep V. So again, a wonderful example of a nice, simple dress that would really show off that print. So sizing is 8 to 26 and it's an easy make. Now if you'd like a little more coverage across your shoulder, this is very similar to that Pattern Fantastique style in that it has this central seam and the deep V, and it is Simplicity 8657, but this time we have this grown on sleeve. So it provides more of a cover up. It would be ideal for a beach cover up and also perfect for layering. We have the side vents, the option to make a top, also a longer tunic just there. So again, we have those same details with the deep V, the long line, the vents. All these sort of similar styles work well with these borders. So they're nice and simple with the design features, easy to make, and we're really allowing the fabric to do all the talking with these kind of patterns. Sizing is XXS to XXL, and it's perfect for a beginner. Next we have Vogue 1699. So if you're looking for something a little more complicated, but we've still got that long line to show off the print, this might be the one for you. I think this is a beautiful shape with the V, the bust detail. We have a back zip. There's also sleeve and length variations on this one, but you could really still have fun with the long line dress showing off your print and have some detail in the paler, more simple design of the fabric at the top. And here your details would really show up on that pale part of the fabric. So for this particular one, I really like the Botanic Bliss. I think this one would work really well with this particular pattern. So we've got all of that gorgeous botanics showing at the bottom of the dress, and then where it's pale at the top we have our detail. So I think this would work really well with this one, and also if you want to make something a little bit more in depth. So the bodice is lined. As I said, it fastens with a back zipper, and we do have pockets in this dress. Sizing is 8 to 16 and then 16 to 24. Next we have the Montana midi dress. This one is by Styarch. This is another one I've tried out before. It's a beautiful, easy dress. We've got that simple line. Again, if you make the longer version, perfect for showing off your border prints. Not too much in way of detail going on. We have some gathering to the waist and we have an extended shoulder line. The top is really easy. So for a high-waisted pull-on dress, really simple to make, perfect for a beginner and perfect for showing off these beautiful prints. So again, we could have the colour of your choosing next to your face and then the deeper colour down at the bottom. There's not too much interrupting that design, but if you're worried about the gathers, losing some of the print, go for one of the Ombre selection. That would work really well. Sizing is 10 to 22 and then 18 to 30, so it's really size inclusive, and it would make a perfect summer, autumn dress, and then going into the winter you could layer it up with long sleeve t-shirts and sweaters. For my next pattern I have New Look 6602. Here we have a selection of garments that we can make, but again it is view B that is the perfect one for the borders. So again we have the vent detail. This time we have some buttons at the shoulder just here, and it also has pockets, but you could choose to leave these off if you don't want to interrupt the design of the fabric. You could also go for the shorter length, but again take care with your fabric placement and decide which is the part that you would like best to show off, or which colourway you would like best to show off for the fabrics. But again, as they are so pretty and intended to be shown in their entirety, I would go for the long length version, or maybe the trouser version. Now this one is a slim leg, so that's something to think about. I think the wider leg choices of the patterns we've shown already work much better with this kind of border print. So for me it would be view B. So the sizing on this one is S to XXL. Now the last pattern I'm sharing today is the Tskirt tunic. So this one is slightly flared. We have a bound neckline. It's a lovely long tunic style. The sleeves come to bracelet length, so just above your wrist. It's a really simple, elegant design, and the one that I would go for on this one is the Woodland Wonder. So I just feel that this particular one, with the navy at the top there, you could really show off that going across the top of your chest and shoulder, and then the design coming down. I think that would work really well. In case you've forgotten what this one works like, we've got the deeper shade of the colourway right at the top there. So I'm thinking for the Tosca, the way we would cut it, it would sit like this, with this design going across the top. I think that would work really well. The sizing for this is 6 to 22. It's a really easy make. It will be perfect if you're just starting out on your sewing journey and you want something really simple and stylish to make. It's got those deep armholes and side slits and would work perfectly with any one of our border prints today. Well, I hope you've enjoyed having a little look through the fabrics and the patterns. Please let us know if you've had a go at any of these before in the comments. Remember to include any photographs because we do love to see what you've been up to. You can of course use our wonderful Minerva search engine to search for exactly what you need. Go by fabric choices, colourways, particular designs, themes that you like. So we have some desert, botanicals, some fish in these prints, so you can search for that as well if you have a particular theme that you're looking for. That's all from me for today. Remember, you can get 10% off if you join the Minerva Craft Club, so do take a look at that and get 10% off for a whole year. But I will be back soon, and thank you so much for watching today. Bye for now.